Our survivor is familiar with the feeling of pain. Pain is spending more hours than one can possibly measure on something they are incredibly passionate about, followed by the loss of each tangible hour of evidence that one was passionate to begin with. Our survivor feels as though all of Avalon's potential was stolen, burnt to a crisp. Along with his dreams, he scrambles to save any bit of remaining loot that may one day help Avalon to grow back to its former glory, but he contemplates whether or not his efforts matter much anymore. Look at this bloody mess. L. Lunare's mark. Lunare has never felt pain. Undoubtedly, not to the extent which Lunare has inflicted upon others. Lunare is not haunted by the deaths of their victims. They do not think about who they kill or why they kill them. Lunare revels in the opportunity to create death. A perfect lesson in what it means to take from one another. Everyone wants everything. Everyone desires to have it their way. And for Lunare, they won't be denied. But our survivor also refuses to be denied. He won't let their incursion wither away. For what they have done, they will be pleading for our survivor to spare them a cent of mercy. Although his friends were set back by Lunare, this is an ideal opportunity for our survivor to scope out the enemy base. The crimson sun sets over our survivor, this time depicting our survivor's lust for blood. Coordinate book in hand, our survivor sets out to gain the upper hand in war, to understand where the heart of the enemy lay and just what they're made of. When he gets the chance, he also notes to rebuild that bridge. My God, what a heinous loss. Hours of trekking later, our survivor finally closes in on his destination. They really have a prison theme going on, don't they? Our survivor, as to not be immediately spotted, crawls his way to the top of a nearby mountain. Hopefully, this will give him the vantage point he requires to spot any weaknesses or breach points in their base. Guards. Warped forest. It seems even their main base hold captives. Netherite blocks for a door. Lunare must be bathing in their own wealth. Our survivor cannot take any risks of nearing the base without precautionary measures. Nearing those walls will be quite risky with no armor on. but he elects to do so regardless. Only 3 minutes. He must make good use of this time. Balls soaking in the shallow river, our survivor is careful to move swiftly, cautiously, and silently. If they hear him or spot his particles, this whole charade might be over. Has he been spotted? I guess not. Just one wrong move, and our survivor won't live up to his name. Careful now. Continuing to scan the perimeter, our survivor may have just found an entry point. But, just as he suspected. Midnight. Our survivor only has so much longer before— Oh my— What the hell? Christ almighty, that was close. The guard must have seen someone pass by. Wait. Gravel? Oh no. Our survivor is no longer masked by invisibility. And he fears the worst for Avalon, now knowing that X and Gravel have been separated. But Avalon's home situation is out of his control right now, and the biggest question that remains on our survivor's mind is intel more valuable than his life? Oh, what the hell, why not? These guards won't make it easy on him. Our survivor has generated a plan of infiltration. What can break your fall in a warped forest? Warped vines. This is a gamble our survivor is willing to take. Oh, quickly now. Come on. Oh my god. Luck is on the survivor's side tonight. No vines. What will our survivor do? Oh, that works too. Oh, come on! Must you bake a cake at this hour? Our survivor's heart can't handle much more. Enemies left and right. Our survivor dashes from cover to cover. He can't help but feel like he's a sitting duck on this path. He's in such plain sight. Despite our survivor's many years in stealth training, it is beyond even his knowledge how he's managed to sneak into such a notoriously secure base on his first attempt, with only the cover of night and his own intellect at his aid. Our survivor, again, comes out of his shell. He prays he'll manage to remain unspotted. Oh. In the industry, that is what we call a close shave. With many towers in this base comes many angles from which the survivor could be spotted. Thankfully, he is not the color neon green. His senses heightened. Our survivor wonders to himself, how many of these towers are occupied, and how many guards simply stand still, ignoring their duties? Oh, well, that lad's clearly on duty. It works out that the Lunar base palette consists of so much black and gray. Certainly allows him to camouflage nicely. Ooh, our survivor loves to cut it close. My God, this is tense. But our survivor decides to take a risk and seize the opportunity. Come on, open the door. Come on. Yes. Oh, now that was stealth. Our survivor hesitates. Is it worth following? He certainly hopes so. Any intel is good intel at this point. But our survivor has quite a bad feeling about this. A massive staircase. Oh. Sure enough. Oh my God. The feeling of being watched is not typically a pleasant one. Such an eerie sentiment that our survivor ponders can be similarly conveyed by comparing this scenario to that of a child being devoured by a lion. He is deep inside the belly of the beast, trapped, helpless, and fearful that his only escape at this point may be the sweet release of death. But he seeks to keep the Reaper at bay, at least a little bit longer, until he gains the information he requires. Locating the main loot room, for instance, or even the bathroom, as our survivor has been holding back a major piss. The more familiar with the layout of the Lunar base, the better equipped he is to destroy the Lunar team, just as they destroyed Avalon. Caution is key. Our survivor awaits a prime opportunity to investigate what looks like a water elevator in the center of this hellhole. Oh? It seems there's more down that hallway. But our survivor intends to investigate the elevator first. It's Lunar. The one behind it all. The master of the puppets. Supposedly, the man behind the curtain. Oh, how our survivor would love to plunge a sword through Lunar's skull right this moment. But he knows how irrational that would be, and instead pays attention to the loot. Crystals, respawn anchors. Interesting. Tools, weaponry. Food and totems. Those will come much in handy later in the task of picking apart the Lunare team from within. Oh god. Quickly, survivor, hide! May have crouched a little too late. Oh no! Well, time to go. Well, this didn't go according to plan. Quickly now, get out! Oh. Okay, well, can't go that way. Oh, a miss. Our survivor might not make it out of here. He's put his armor back on, though. Here comes the horde. On second thought, our survivor thinks escape may not be so difficult after all. They're confused, understandably so, spending all your worthless time guarding only to learn he didn't do your job well enough must be a bit of a hit on the ego. Not to mention, our survivor's netherite armor allowed him to run past them a little too easily. Bet they didn't start their day with this in mind. And so, just like that, our survivor has escaped the compound. However, he hasn't escaped the guards. Testing their abilities, our survivor wants to see what Lunare is made of. Weak men, it seems, who only know to fight and chase mindlessly. Well, he can no longer return to Avalon without expecting company. So, our survivor instead leads them on a wild goose chase. They trail after one another, argue with each other in chat, and praise their ruler, Lunare, enough to actually send half of their men to chase one invader hundreds of blocks from the main Lunare base. This has surely taught our survivor a very valuable lesson. That Lunare can be defeated. Now, all he has to do is return home. Oh, this looks familiar. Anyway, of course, he must allow them the satisfaction of killing him. Otherwise, they will seek him all night and likely pester him for much, much longer. Good. Our survivor deems this an opportune moment to empty all of his gear into his ender chest. It's a wonder how, after all the survivor has accomplished, these men will still likely feel that they are the winner in this scenario. However, our survivor now has all the information he requires to defeat Lunare for good, putting them down like the dogs they are. Oh no! The survivor is cornered! That went about as well as it possibly could have, our survivor muses to himself. And now our survivor knows. Lunare are disorganized, easy to separate, and in theory, rather easy to defeat. The hard part, of course, is coming up with a sure plan to victory. And, of course, the execution of said plan. And, of course, resources, manpower, motivation, will to survive on only 9 hearts now. They may have the vast majority of the hearts that exist on the server, and they may have destroyed Avalon, leaving it to lay in ruin. But try as the Lunar team might, they cannot blow up a beautiful body of water. My, will you look at that sunset? Our survivor feels strangely at peace, now that he has formulated somewhat of a plan. If only he had a team to share this moment with. Wait, what? Our survivor draws his bow in anticipation. Wait. No, it's just X. Oh, and he's brought company. Well, isn't this fantastic? Avalon can be rebuilt.